Hey there, and welcome to the Dave Does channel. Today we're checking out some Alip Ba Ta and his new track Semoga. Before I get into it, unfortunately I'm not really very well at the moment. I've been sick for quite a while, or quite a few months now, on and off, and I've had some health problems, so it's quite dark in here because I've got a bit of a headache, a bit of a migraine coming on. As you can tell, I'm not looking at my best. I apologise, but of course, with it being Alip Ba Ta, because I wasn't planning to do any form of reaction videos today. I'm just doing some editing work for my other channel, ADK. But we're going to check this one out now. I am going to quickly tell you I have heard this song. I heard it yesterday when someone sent me a link to the Spotify. So this is not the first time listening to it. It's the first time seeing the video. So it gives me a chance to give you kind of an insight of where my head's at with what's going on with the new video by him. I am going to stop throughout and just talk about what's happening, what I like, etc. So we're going to check through this, but yes, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, so please bear with me. Let's bring it up on screen. There we go, Mr. Alip Ba Ta himself. Okay, let's count him in. 3, 2, 1. Now, of course, this is a rockier track, so I do know that obviously this is electrified the whole way through, and it's interesting he's going down this route. I'm not going to the acoustic, and I'm wondering why he has moved from acoustic to electric, what the reasoning behind this is. I want to know what he's recording into, because also the drum track it's a very basic drum machine, so it almost feels like he's recording onto a very basic DAW system, like a Cubase or an Alberton Live or something like that. The thing that's caught me already is the guitar tone isn't great. It's very oversaturated. And I think you don't get that. He's very used to his fingerstyle acoustic playing. What we're hearing on the electric is a lot more of a saturation, over distorted, which isn't a great sound, but his playing is always immaculate anyway. And you can hear that clarity of the tone of the notes is brilliant, but there's that distortion of what he's playing there is a little bit over. It doesn't help with the very tinniness of the drums. The tinniness of the drums isn't great. He's almost using like a drive box fuzz, overdrive distortion, like a big muff, I think is one of the ones that it might be. It's a distortion tone I really don't like, because it just sounds too fuzzy. But I'm not too sure. I'd really like Alip to explain his setup. It'd be great if he did a video going through what he uses, how he sets it all up. I love the little finger pick in there. Where he just kind of comes up and sorry, my head's just fuzzy today. Plays up through the frets, and then he comes up, plays a little note there, swings back down again. Lovely. Technical wise, love the playing. Hate the guitar tone. Really don't like the guitar tone that he's using on this. The drums on this make me think of, you know, that they have these little electronic drum pads that you can play with your fingers. That's what it reminds me of. Look at Alip's face. He's just like, oh, what's going on here? Just a little bit quizzical. So he's got his drum machine, he's got bass, and he's got a rhythm guitar part playing in the background. So you can hear the guitar tone, but again, the guitar tone is very saturated with a overdrive fuzz rather than a crunch. So there's a difference between overdriven fuzz, overdrive, and crunch. Crunch is going to give you a bit more of a harder tone with less of that kind of saturation presence coming through on the distortion. Also needs to kind of scoop out on the mixing. Needs to scoop out his mids. If he basically focused on his lows and his highs, took out some of that mid, it will actually clean up the overall mix. Interesting, he's getting into like prog metal or prog rock in his guitar tones and his leads and his solos. I think a lot of people would try to maybe compare it to Dream Theater, and there's Dream Theater-esque playing in there. Definitely not in the drums, but in the rest of it. Good, nice rotation. He's coming back to his first main sort of riff again. I'm interested to know where on the drums what he did as far as programming. Was it a preset, or was it something he just programmed in himself by hand? Was it a loop that he just dragged and dropped in? Be interesting to know. Would love Alip to do a kind of, now that he's adding multiple arrangements, I'd love for him to tell you a little bit more about it. Okay. It's got a nice, the actual drum pattern that he's putting over this is quite nice. It's got like a little bit of a jazzy flair to it, which is quite cool. Yeah, so that's that finger sweep pick that I love. Love that. It's not actually a sweep pick, I apologise. It's not the right term, but for whatever reason I can't think what the term is in my head. But you know what I mean. So that's what I call noodling. Noodling like that's when you get to just kind of fully improv and decide what you want to do, just kind of have fun with it. That's what's kind of coming across there from Alip. So one thing I find interesting is he's playing the lead. I actually thought when I heard this yesterday, I was wondering if he was playing a chord underneath at the same time as playing, but he's obviously just done all the rhythm parts on a separate track. And what's weird is he hasn't multi-cameraed it like he has before. Would have thought he'd maybe try to do a multi-camera like he's done. Those drums need to be replaced. I want to see when Wave Potter, he goes and does his new drums for it, because he's going to do a great video for it. I may not, because I'm ill. By the time I get round to it, it's going to be too late. So I probably won't be doing a collaboration on this one. But I want to see Wave do his thing on this, because I know he's going to do an amazing drum collaboration. Another person that would do a great collaboration on this would be Jess. I think Jess will add a lovely piano structure. Swalix will probably do an interesting drum pattern as well. We've got the Samurai guy, Samurai violinist. I know he'll do a lovely balance as well. So when all these guys get cracking, will I do a rock metal cover of it? I don't know. At the moment, the way I feel at the moment, it's very unlikely that I will get round to doing that. And with me I'm back at work from next week. I've been off for a while. I am actually aiming to get back to work if I can, as I need to. Haven't been able to work for 2 months almost now, so I'm hoping to get back, but fingers crossed I can survive with my illness. I love his rock. He's doing that lead guitar rock like, like the old squinchy face. You gotta love squinchy face. Yeah, come on. What he wants to do is double the tempo. That one. ba, ba, da. Yeah. Rock it out a bit more. Wonder if you could speed this song up, make it a little bit more rockier. It's possible. We'll talk a little bit about the structure at the end as well, because there's a similar thing that Alip does on all of his originals. There you go. There we go. So it's basically the last part is his tail off, hopefully. Okay. That was Alip. So he looks as tired as I feel right now. So, come back to the camera. Sorry, the light is killing my eyes at the moment. It's a very interesting piece. I would be intrigued to know how that would sound on an acoustic. Acoustic might sound really good on that, but it sounded fine. It did sound fine. I'm wondering if he's going to go back to his fingerstyle acoustics anymore at the time in the future. I'd like to see more of those than what he's doing with his PRS and his electric, but maybe he's trying to expand. It'd be good to see him doing some genuine joint-up collaborations with some other people, like he's done before, but get some other like drummers, basses, guitars if he wants to. And as far as the structure, I think it's very important that he now looks at his structure, and maybe he needs to. He does this thing where he does like the main riff equivalent, verse, kind of chorus section, main riff, verse, chorus, end. He never does like a mid section. He never fills it out enough for me. I think he needs to go back and look at those and stop. Maybe add a third part or a fourth part or whatever it might be to give some variation, because it's very predictable, his looping that he does. And as I said, I'm really going to be intrigued to see what the other guys do with their collaborations. As I said, I don't know if I'll be able to do one, just because my health's not great. And I've got a lot of things on my plate at the moment, trying to balance it all whilst trying to stay well. As I said, I'm in a very dark room today just because the lights hurt my eyes. It's giving me a migraine-style headache. I'm getting close to a migraine at the moment. And it's just making my health just generally very unwell. But I did enjoy Semoga. I'm not sure if that's how Semoga. But it was very good from Alip Ba Ta. Now, as always, if you like this video, please do like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on another video sometime very soon. Take care.